Well, this is logintogod.com. Well, this is logintogod.com. Well, it's hard sometimes to be something greater than yourself, to live for somebody more than yourself, to just understand that there's a purpose beyond your own, to just find that life has a bunch of little secret treasure chests along the way. They're enlightenments, or they're epiphanies, or miracles, but they teach us something. Every single time we have those experiences, something is gained. Some power is absorbed within someone's consciousness, their knowledge of knowing that, wow, there is more going on than we can see and we can understand around us at all times. It's just so much more, I don't even know what to call it, complex. And some of the things that we do in our lives, like our earlier life, like when we were younger and we hadn't quite figured out what was going on or what we were going to do, or because I see that some of us find that we're going to go out into this world and plan for our future. And we're going to tell ourselves, okay, I'm going to be this is what I want to do. And then we go out and we find out what it takes to obtain some of these things, some of the attributes that you have to build on just to do some of the things that you think you want to do or you love. I think that's when you find out that life is more than just an image of what you think you want to see in the future. Life is a purpose, it's a plan, it's a unfolding of events. It's beyond our complexity. We're one of those gracious blessings upon a creator's creation. And then we got a little bit more popular because we got its attention with song and praise. I think we earned our love with God. But somehow along the way, we lost that concept, that understanding of that, we got God's attention. Once upon a time, God was just looking upon his creation. And then he had noticed life, obviously, and I don't think notice is the right word, but the praise, our conscious beings, our personalities, me being who I am, and the conversations that God and I have. It's very special. But it's just an example of reality of the situation. That this is only the beginning. And that we're never going to die. We're only going to experience new things that are more complex, more unfathomably amazing, I guess, because I haven't yet experienced this myself. But I have, subconsciously and internally. I can tell you all about what it's like, but I can't prove that I've done it. I can tell you how it works. I can tell you how to travel in space with your own organic Merkaba or space traveling vessel that you can create within your own being and transform into. It's 6 feet long, 4 feet wide. You're up in space and you're maneuvering this vehicle, but all it's like is like you looking outside of the windshield of your car. You are the ship. You are that vehicle. And so as you think, the thoughts move forward, move left, up, right, it just reacts to your thoughts. So if you come up to something like, oh my God, I'm going to hit that asteroid, and then you think to yourself, oh my God, I'm going to hit that asteroid, I think that that thing literally counteracts and fixes that, and you don't end up hitting anything. It reforms and reshapes itself to basically avoid any collision. It's almost like water flowing around a rock or anything like that. It's the literal flow of the universe. And everything that you get is a reward from God. When you leave this place, you get to be one of these other beings that we see with the Tic Tac craft, maybe. Who knows where their civilization or how long ago they came to be, but they're traversing the universe. They are living in a constant, eternal form. They are light-sourced, glowing light. You know what I mean? They have their attributes that distinguish where they come from and who they are. Because as we get out of this, let's just call for the current time, prison-like place, once we get out of this confined space, that our atmosphere, and we're in Earth, we're confined on Earth. When we learn what we need to learn in order to move forward and expand as a whole species, then we'll learn that there was never an equation or a solution in a sense of how we would leave this planet, but it was more of an understanding and an awareness of the contributions and the existence of all the other things that are processing the ability for this place to be as it is, and what we're experiencing and having this blessing of life and physical presence and this matter and light, our connection with God and our just, I mean, there's a reason why so many people speak about it. It's not just because they bring it up in our life and our education. I found God in the strangest way, but I just had to analyze my life, and I had so much time to do that when I became isolated. I found myself isolating and really analyzing who I've been and who I want to be and what's important and what makes differences and what you can and can't say to another person, because everybody has their own way, and they don't just get to take your experience and walk your path. They can only hear your experience and relate it to their own. Now, it can be helpful and useful if you can give good examples of your own experiences of finding your way in a fashion that people could take it as an example and then recreate it for themselves, that would be a great help. But it's hard to do. It seems like sometimes you really need to know who that person is if you really want to give them that unbiased, true advice that God can flow through you. Because when the information is flowing through somebody, that somebody has to love and appreciate and really intend on seeing that positivity manifest into that person's life. Like, they really got to love that person and ask God in that sense, then it becomes God. And God is there and always has been, but you activate Him in your life. And that's why you have to walk with Him. The meaning behind that isn't that difficult to understand. It's just so simple that it becomes complicated, and people try to, people just don't understand that walking with God is a choice, and it's an everyday choice. It's an every minute, every second choice. People got to realize that when you wake up in the morning conscious, and you're like, oh man, my day's about to start, like the best thing might be to let God know that you're ready to go about the day. Because, I'm pretty sure it's just waiting for you to say that, like it's participation. It almost seems like a child in a video game who wants to play the role-playing game, and it's like they know that you have to say good morning to God, It's the first thing you do in the game to progress to the next step so that you can accomplish the mission. Everybody in a state of fear or a state of, pleading or praying for help really knows when they're really asking for that. Because they're truly scared and lost. And I think that those feelings in those moments, those emotions, the power behind them are controlling, they're manipulating, and they're strong misunderstandings, whatever. We all need to understand and become educated that those are choices, that nothing truly has the power to anger anything. In reality, it's the things that are attached to what angers that emotion, that's all the things that you're either losing or not gaining in the situation, which angers you because you're not getting your own plan into fruition, or whatever you want to say. What it is that you are planning for yourself never came to be. And it's not because you weren't good enough or you didn't do it right, but it's because it wasn't meant to be. And most people find themselves sitting there, well, if it wasn't meant to be, then what's meant to be? What is there for me? Well, who am I? What do I do? What does that mean? And I just think that it means that you got to go out there every single day, which even I can fail to do. And you got to be out there. If somebody walks by you, you got to be presently there. You have to say hello. Be kind. Understand that that's another conscious human being, just like your unique, beautiful self. If God has love for us because of how unique and beautiful we are, it's because of our persona, our character, our voice. And I just want to bring that into the new act. Conscious, constant awareness. Because that's important. So, if we can consciously be aware of what's important and what we are going to achieve, which is understanding that we're being supported by a system, an engine of love and care and expanding love. The universe is not going to stop expanding. Why should we? Thank you very much. This is Andre Christ, and welcome to LoggingToGod.com. I'm going to be getting into this stuff more. I'm finding new ways to get information out there to the people, and this is the beginning of a new source of information flow. Thank you so much, and have a great day. The next time you hear from me, I'll have something else pretty powerful to say. I promise that. Amen. Whoa! Maybe we'll talk about what amen means and why it is that they try to program us to say it. And we'll talk about praying to God and how to talk to that one true source of all things. Because apparently I am newly finding that we may not all know who exactly we praying to. And that's going to be safe and okay, because there's a way to know. And it's a blissful feeling. And the moment that you are trying to talk to that connection truly with that true intent, it is activated, it is present, because that is sitting right next to you, it's within you, it is vibrating. It's like, man, I know God likes us to be childlike, but the meaning behind what that means is that God is like that one dad or one parent that loves so very much that it waits for the opportunity to watch everything grow. He waters it, and he watches it, intends nothing but all the best possibilities for it. We should follow his example the best we can. Alright, kids. Bless you.